The Alabama Department of Corrections working to contact victims before it can legally release more inmates to be under supervision. This comes after the mandatory supervision law went into effect yesterday, allowing some inmates to be released from state prisons early, but again, under supervision. WAAY 31's Alex Torres-Perez joins us live this afternoon. Alex, you spoke with some local advocacy groups about how victims are feeling about this process, and what did they tell you?
Well, victims are feeling a wide range of emotion, from sadness to anger to even fear. But the biggest concern for these advocacy groups are whether these victims are getting enough of a heads up.
Well, it's been horrendous.
Jeanette Grantham is making calls all day, trying to notify victims across the state about the potential release of their perpetrators, a responsibility that actually belongs to the Alabama Department of Corrections. But Grantham says some victims are being notified too late.
She said that DOC had called her yesterday morning and said that he had been released at 8:30, and this was after 8:30. And she was very terrified. It was an attempted murder. She was scared to death of him.
Grantham says the phone call saved the victim from accidentally running into the man who tried to kill her, but
it was too late to get any kind of security system.
She wishes ADOC did a better job before the mandatory supervision law went into effect.
I think victims sort of fell by the wayside. I think they were an afterthought, and I regret that.
Many victims are also having to deal with a sense of cheated justice.
Whether they're on an ankle monitor or not, they're still not completing their sentence. You know, that's hard for a family member to swallow that pill. They feel like they're victimized all over again because they don't want to hear it. You know, nobody wants to hear that the person that killed their loved one is being released.
That's why they encourage anyone who needs help to reach out.
That grief journey never ends. You know, they're still missing, you know, their loved one. They're still sad, but, you know, continue working on themselves. You know, not giving the power to that offender.
The Alabama Department of Corrections says it will not release any inmate without first notifying the victim or their family. I did reach out to ADOC again today to try to figure out more information about how they're informing victims and their family and how the release process is going. But at this time, I have yet to hear back. Reporting live in Huntsville, Alex Torres-Perez, WAAY 31 News.
All right, coming up on WAAY 31 News at 5, we dig deeper into the concerns of some of these inmates committing offenses again while they're out on supervision.